Gossipnista here, your one and only source into the real lives of New Yorkers and what it's like to live in New York City. So is it all glitz and glamour? Where do you start? What should you know? And who am I? I'll tell you everything you need to know, and you'll thank me for it. XOXO Gossipnista. Hey everyone, today's guest is Nagina Abdullah, a health and fitness expert based in New York City who founded Masala Body after drastically deciding to take control of her life, spice it up, and get healthy once and for all. She's here today to talk about her amazing transformation and share tips on how we can all stay healthy and fit. Hi Nagina, how are you? Welcome. I'm so happy to have you.
I'm so excited to be here, Mariana. Thanks so much.
Yes, of course. And, I'm going to be completely honest and transparent. I am literally probably one of the most unhealthy people ever. So I selfishly have a lot to learn from everything you share today and a lot of questions to ask in regards to New York. I'm so happy to just jump right into it. Let's first start with your New York story. Are you from New York?
Well, I'm originally from California, and I moved to New York to go to business school. I went and got my MBA at NYU. And I always dreamed of living in New York ever since I was 5 years old. So when I had the chance to go to business school here, I just jumped on it, and I've stayed here since. And it's been everything I wanted and more.
So how long ago was that? How long ago did you move to New York?
I moved to New York about, about 14 years ago. Yep.
Okay, so you're officially a New Yorker then.
Yes.
And what has your overall experience been in New York?
I love the hustle and the bustle. I love the fact that everyone is very driven and very motivated.
Mhm.
And so that's really what keeps me in New York. Also, is that everyone has a big vision for what they
Mhm.
want to achieve, and they are not afraid to work for it and do what it takes to get there. And so that's what I love. I also really love the walkable culture of New York. Just the fact that it feels really healthy, and it just feels great to be able to walk outside instead of having to go and get into your car. And so that's something that I just always
I'm
craved.
100% with you on everything you just mentioned. Being myself from California and Los Angeles, particularly, not having to drive and having accessibility to everything outside your door has been life-changing. In regards to that, I mean, you pretty much just summed up everything you liked about New York. Let's move into how you started Masala Body.
Okay, absolutely. Well, so after I graduated business school, I started working for a top four consulting firm in New York. And as part of that career, I was traveling across the United States for multiple days. And I was jumping on trains, on planes, renting cars to get to my clients who were Fortune 500 and 100 companies. And in that career, as you can probably imagine, there was a lot of busyness, and I was working 60 plus hours a week, really
Mhm.
working and then eating. But it started to add up, because what would happen is that we would go to restaurants every evening, and it would be like amazing restaurants in whatever city I was visiting at the moment. Um,
Mhm.
we would always order like some kind of chef special, and it would be at a restaurant that I would definitely not want to feel like I had to deprive myself and order something boring like what I thought was boring, like a salad. I wanted to experience the food, and I also had a lot of networking events, which included alcohol.
Mm.
So really balancing the fact that I was working 60 plus, sometimes 70 hours a week, going to dinners where it was very hard to resist the temptation, and just this lifestyle of networking and socializing or working, it really ended up making me, it really was not a healthy lifestyle at the end of the day. Um,
Mhm.
so what happened is that I got pregnant with my first child, and had my first child. And then shortly after, I got pregnant with my second child and had my daughter. And and after that, I had 20 pounds that was not going anywhere. I had a maternity leave, but I would need to return back, and none of my clothes were fitting me. I was not able to get the weight off, especially with two kids. It was a little bit harder than with one.
Okay.
And so that's where I realized I really need to change something because I was not okay with living in the body that I was in.
Mm,
It felt uncomfortable. I felt tired and lethargic, and I couldn't fit in any of my clothes. And I would actually decline lots of invitations for dinners and going out because I just didn't feel confident and I just didn't think about what to wear.
right.
Um, and so there was a point that came probably like about a couple weeks before I was going to have to return back to work. And I thought, I cannot do this. I cannot live like this. I will not be able to be okay. I don't have the energy. I don't feel confident. And I'm also not going to be the parent I want to be either because I feel so tired and I'm not going to set a healthy example for my kids. And then at that moment, I decided I need to make a change because I don't have as much time to exercise. And I had studied a lot of information that shared that losing weight was 80% eating. And so
Wow.
that's when I decided I need to make a shift. And I started changing what I was eating. And I started a few key things I did was lowered my sugar. I added more protein and I added flavorings and spices to my food so that it didn't taste boring. And this is the thing that shocked me. I loved what I was eating. I felt full, and I lost 40 pounds in 9 months.
What? Really?
Yes, yes.
Oh my goodness. I couldn't even lose the 10 to 15 pounds in the 1 year leading up to my wedding, and you lost 40 pounds in 9 months. That's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. It was a major transformation in my life. And so, like, as I mentioned before, I had 20 pounds to lose to get to my
Mhm.
pregnancy weight, which I lost. And then I just like flew past that and basically got into the best shape of my life. I was able to wear a bikini after having two kids for the first time because I never was at that health. I was actually at a very good weight for my body when I lost the 40 pounds, which I didn't even realize I needed to lose.
Okay.
And so I was finally able to wear like these super stylish fitted dresses that I always dreamed of wearing, able to wear a bikini. But you know, what was more important than that was that I had so much energy and I felt so comfortable that I felt like I was just thriving in my body. Like I would walk in subway stations in New York with heels on,
Mhm.
and
Wow.
my back would be so supported and strong. My core was so strong. It was able to carry my whole body upstairs, into different trains, walking down all these subway halls, walking in New York. And I felt so strong and toned. And, and that came as a fact as a result of me losing the weight, and then
Mhm.
after I lost it I started doing strength training, and
Okay.
because of the strength training my whole body got really toned. And so I feel like living in New York, it's so important to have a strong toned lean body because
Mhm.
we are doing so many things. We're so active, we have to walk everywhere, we have to walk to lots of places, and so it really makes the experience so much more pleasurable and almost like unbelievably you feel so good that you didn't realize that you could feel so good. And that's what happened to me after I lost the 40 pounds and just got stronger in my body.
Oh my gosh, you said so many things, so many amazing things. I'm going to recap a couple of them. The first is you were working such a fast-paced job, traveling all the time, being in social pressure situations, not being able to make the right decisions. You decided to lose the weight, and you lost the 40 pounds, and mostly by 80% of what you were eating. And then you did strength training. And how much of that have you done? And what have the secrets of the specific foods you're eating been?
Okay, yes, absolutely. And so I really do feel like there's secrets because I tried to
Mhm.
follow every single major weight loss program in like before this 40-pound weight loss happened to me. I tried Weight Watchers, I tried following Atkins, paleo, like pretty much everything out there. I just tried to like count my calories, and then exercise a lot. And though those would work, like it's not that they didn't work, they all worked, but they would only work for a temporary point of time, and then I would gain all the way back and then some more. And so
Mm.
the major change is that I wasn't changing my habits and I wasn't changing my relationship with food. Like I was just following these fad diets and not actually changing what I really craved. And like I craved so much sugar. And the thing about sugar is that sugar makes you crave more sugar. So if
Mhm.
you eat like a couple cookies or something sweet, what happens is that your body starts craving it because the sugar is feeding the certain bacteria in your stomach that's growing and then craving more sugar. But when
Okay.
you start eating more vegetables, you can, this may be hard to imagine, but you can actually crave vegetables. So I currently crave greens. Like I have to have greens in every meal because it's so great for digestion. It feels great in my stomach. And I just feel like I'm ready to go after I have like a lot of greens, whether it's a salad or broccoli or whatever it may be.
So initially, people don't think like, I want greens, right? Or a lot of people don't. Those that are healthy do. And was that something that you had to train yourself to want more of, or that your body just yearned for?
Yes, absolutely. So, well, what happened is that as I started eating more in the direction of less sugar and more protein, and then adding greens with every meal, what happens is your gut health actually transforms. So there's certain gut bacteria that we have that are feeding off of the foods that we're giving it. So if you're giving it bad foods, you're growing that bacteria in your stomach. If you're giving it good foods, you're growing the good bacteria in your stomach. And so after you start shifting your diet, it doesn't become about willpower anymore. It's actually that you shift your cravings. And
Hmm.
that's where things are really transformational because you're not fighting yourself. You're not actually thinking about having like a chocolate cake, or you're not thinking of having pizza. You actually don't even want it that much. Like you do want it sometimes, but you don't want it as much as you did before. In fact, you just want foods that make you feel so good because
Hmm.
they make you just feel amazing.
I'm the kind of person that needs something very hearty and flavorful. So when I think salad or diets, I'm prone to not think that I can have these things. Is there a certain type of foods that you recommend that do the above?
Yes, absolutely. So the thing about salads or any other food, it doesn't have to only be a salad either. But what I do advocate in getting leaner and in getting stronger is that you're adding more protein and you're adding healthy carbs to your diet.
Hmm.
So healthy carbs really keep you full and give you energy, and adding more protein keeps you more full. So some examples of what I mean by this are, so if you were to have something like if you were to have a salad, it would be important to make it a filling, hearty salad. So I have like what I call Nagina's template, Nagina's filling salad template, because that's the
Okay.
myth that salads can't be filling. And so
Hmm.
what I recommend is starting with a heartier green, like a lettuce, like something like romaine, or a mix of romaine and kale, because they keep you full for longer.
Hmm.
Um, Adding vegetables like cucumbers, red bell peppers, broccoli, cauliflower, those are filling vegetables.
Hmm.
And then this is a must have on a salad to keep you full while you're getting leaner. And that is adding some kind of beans. So whether it's black beans, garbanzo beans, or kidney beans, those are some examples and what are
Hmm.
usually available at a salad bar. You would
Yeah.
add about a half cup of those to your salad, and that's what's going to give you energy and help to keep you full. Um,
Hmm.
and because it has a lot of fiber in it, and that just helps keep you full. So then you want to definitely add protein to your salad. So whether that is, if you're vegetarian or vegan, eating some tofu on your salad, the beans also have protein in it, or adding grilled chicken, grilled salmon, shrimp, any of those things, having enough of protein and actually eating more protein. So I have this saying which is called protein more, and also protein more and tasty vegetables, because the problem with vegetables is that we don't like to eat them. But if you can have protein more and tasty vegetables on your plate and just have that in your mind as a framework, that is going to really help you. That's really going to help you just get stronger and leaner. Um,
Hmm.
and so So really, so that's kind of this salad, and then for a dressing, this is super important. A lot of dressings actually have a lot of sugar in them, and
Okay.
so you're thinking that you're eating something healthy, but when you ask the person that's making your salad to put the dressing on it, it's usually ends up being soaked in dressing, and dressing has a lot of extra fats that are not keeping you full, a lot of extra sugar that's going to cause you to have cravings for other sugary items. And so, what I recommend is doing like a balsamic vinegar, not a vinaigrette, but a vinegar, or using salsa as your dressing, which is amazing.
Okay.
Um, and then also, if you do have a dressing, have it on the side and just like drizzle it on yourself or dip it in there because then you have more control over what you're eating.
Perfect. I like the salsa. That adds heartiness as well and a lot of flavor. What about olive oil, extra virgin olive oil? That's something that I find myself doing often, thinking it's healthy. Is that healthy? What about lime, lemon?
I recommend that. So what olive oil does is it has fats in it, which is not bad.
Mhm.
And it helps you actually to absorb the vegetables a little more. But what I recommend is when you actually like study the food like I have,
Mhm.
your every food has a purpose. Like there's a purpose. It's fueling your body. And so when you're eating a fat, which that's what oil is, you also want it to keep you full. Otherwise, it's like it's for taste and it's helping you absorb some things, but you're going to still be hungry and you're going to end up eating more calories. And so what I recommend is instead of having an oil or olive oil is having like half an avocado because that's a healthy fat that's going to keep you full for longer, or
Mhm.
having like a spoonful of sunflower seeds or a spoonful of walnuts or other nuts on your salad because those are just going to keep you fuller, and then you're actually being more purposeful with the calories that you're putting into your body. They're not just there for like texture or taste. They're also there to help fuel your body. And so
Mhm.
that's super key. So you could, if you want to, like, if you feel like you really need it, you could drizzle a little bit of olive oil on there, or you could like combine it with lemon. But I prefer and I recommend that for getting healthier and for getting leaner, that you actually just use the balsamic vinegar, or you do the olive oil and lemon, and do it on the side, like because it is a
Okay.
dressing, and then just dip it and or drizzle it by yourself, so you have that control.
Perfect. Now, being that we live in New York and it's such a fast-paced, city, we're always in a hurry trying to grab whatever's available to us. Although there's lots of healthy restaurants and options, there's just as many bad options, and it's picking up that bagel, picking up that slice of pizza. You know, um, what are some tips that people can create at home, or just to have with them on the go to not have to pick up these unhealthy things and maybe, just wait for that salad or
I really recommend getting a bag of greens, like a bag of mixed salad from the store because they combine it and they make it really nice. I really love, this is something that I just recently discovered, is these salad mixes from Fresh Express, which is a very common brand that are at
Mhm,
most grocery stores. And
mhm,
they have things like it's like a kale salad with sunflower seeds, a vinaigrette, and like almonds that you put on it. They also have an Asian version, and they have like a Southwest version. And so those are like almost, I mean, they're almost addicting. They're so
mhm,
tasty. So it makes things easy because you just pull out the bag and you just put it on your plate, and then you can just like drizzle a little bit of the dressing on.
mhm,
Yourself, and then put a little bit of the toppings on. So you have that. The other thing is to have an easy protein that you can quickly make. So something like a salmon or chicken, and you just put a few spices on them, whether it's just salt and pepper. I love to use, there's two spice blends that I recommend. One is called lemon pepper, and the other is
okay,
paprika. So you can use like smoked paprika, salt, and pepper, and just sprinkle that onto your salmon or your chicken or your tofu or whatever it may be, and then just either bake it in the oven. You can bake it at 420 degrees for 20 minutes, or you could put it on a pan with cooking spray and have that there. So if you have like salmon and greens that you just pull out of a bag,
mhm,
the salmon takes 20 minutes of hands-off cooking in the oven, or it takes 5 to 10 minutes on the stove.
okay,
And then you have like a great salmon salad or salmon and greens or chicken and greens. And that's like amazing. It tastes so good. It's so healthy, so light, and it's better than a lot of foods you're going to find outside, which are like filled with grease. Um,
Hmm.
but some other like snack type items, which like, and the reason I started with the salmon or the chicken and the greens is because if you're eating your meals correctly, you really should not be like reaching for snacks too
Mm.
often.
Okay.
Because you filled yourself up at your meal, and once you learn to eat the right way, you will feel full and just you will feel full, you will feel satiated at your meal. But a few other things to do that are really easy, because there is that afternoon snack time where a lot of people feel like they need a little pick me up.
Hmm.
And what's key is that you have something available that's not sugary or that's natural sugars.
Okay.
So having Greek yogurt in your house, like unsweetened Greek yogurt, and having some berries and maybe some you could sprinkle like some little nuts on them.
Is there an alternative for non-dairy people, like
Yeah.
coconut?
So for non-dairy, I have a couple other recommendations, because like the coconut yogurt is an option, but it doesn't have that much protein in it. So it's fine and it's not bad, but you're not going to be totally full with it. So if you were to have like a coconut yogurt, you could definitely do that, but then you'd want to have something with protein on the side, whether it's like you have like two hard-boiled eggs.
Hmm.
That would be great. So you have two hard-boiled eggs and then that yogurt. Or if you have just like leftovers from your meal, that would also be fine. And then another option is to do hummus and carrots, or which is really popular and really easy, and you can get different flavored hummuses. I recommend having 2 tablespoons of hummus, and then just that's all you need. Because just because of the way the amount, like for most snacks you want to watch your portions. For meals, you don't have to watch your portions if you eat the way that I recommend, because you're eating
Okay.
such good foods that are low calorie anyway.
Hmm.
Um, but the other snack that's really great is, so there's a Justin's peanut butter. They're really easy to find. You can find them at Whole Foods. They also sell them at Starbucks, and they also sell them on Amazon and Thrive Market online. And
Okay.
so I always order there's they come in a pack of 12, and so they're a perfect size serving of almond butter or peanut butter, and either one is fine. And when you they're so good for New Yorkers, because you can
Hmm.
just throw them in your purse and you have them when you're on the go, like, because we never know where we're going to be and when we're going to like need something. um,
Yes.
and we just can't find something healthy, so instead of like going and getting chips from like the vendor on the side of the street, or from
Hmm.
the vending machine, you have your peanut butter, and so you can just eat the peanut butter straight from the pack. Or you can also have like a small apple or
Hmm.
celery that you already pre-packed in your bag, and then you can
Hmm.
eat it with that.
I love all these tips you're giving, and something I'm definitely going to stock up on. In regards to shopping in New York, do you do most of your shopping? Is it delivered? Is there a particular store you love more? I know Whole Foods are big here. Where do you generally recommend shopping in New York?
So yes, I recommend. It really depends on your schedule and what you're comfortable with doing. One of my and what I recommend for all for anyone that's working on getting healthier is a non-negotiable in your life must be that you have healthy food in your house. And because the moment you don't have healthy food, you're going out and things are out of your control when you're eating out. I mean,
Right.
you can still like you can be very healthy and eat out. I did it as a consultant for many years,
Mhm.
but you have to be very willing to make to make modifications to your orders, and to be very like just to be very upfront about what you want, like dressing on the side, no sauce on the side, and you have to make sure that it's cooked in a way that's not cooked in oil. And it's not always easy to find that, though it is possible. But if you so for me, I get my groceries delivered, because I found for me that I was not able to go and get my groceries as much as
Mhm.
I wanted to, because I was so busy. Um,
Yes.
and so what I did is I just simplified my life. It's not those are there are certain things that you can pay extra for because they're worth it.
Mhm. Mhm.
And getting my groceries delivered is one of them. So Whole Foods is great. I like to have, like, because you use Instacart for Whole Foods.
Mhm.
So what happens is it makes it so easy that you just put I mean, the first time you spend some time looking around online, you put everything in your cart, but then everything is saved. And so from then you can just reorder what you like and add on the new things. And so
Mhm.
really thinking about simplifying how you get food into your body is a very big element of getting healthier that a lot of people don't talk
Mhm.
about, because it's always focus like a lot of the focus is on what do you eat and how do you exercise, but there's a behavior that you want to focus on too, and that's how do I make this easy for myself? Because as New Yorkers, we're doing so many things. We're working, we're going to social events, we're involved in cultural events, and really like you can easily put eating to the back burner and then just eat out of convenience.
And I truly appreciate you sharing the tip you just did because given that I'm a new person to New York, I was running around carrying bags of groceries on the subway, going up flights of stairs, and dreaded going grocery shopping. But all I wanted to do was to create a healthy lifestyle, and it just wasn't possible. So now I know what the New Yorkers are doing, and that makes life so much easier. I kind of want to dive a little back into masala body
Mhm.
and talk about the name itself comes from masala is spices, right? And that's something you promote a lot in the type of foods you're cooking. Can you tell us more about the spices that are healthy for you and things you recommend people put in their dishes?
Oh yes, absolutely yes. And masala so the way that the name came about is that it's a
Mhm.
blend. So masala is a blend of spices. And when I lost 40 pounds, I was eating food that tasted so incredible every day from my own dining room table, and I would be sitting eating it, and I would think, "Oh my God, this tastes better than restaurant food, and it tastes so good. There's no way that it can be healthy." And
Mhm.
then I lost my first 10 pounds in 1 month. And then I went on to lose the 40 pounds in 9 months. And as I was doing that, I couldn't believe the transformation that was happening to my body. And while the whole time I felt like the food that I was eating was so gourmet. And so
Mhm.
that's where the name came from. Masala body is around like using flavors and spices in your healthy food to really to really give it that extra boost
Mhm.
of being able to lose weight. But then but what you get is you get a masala body. You get a spicy body from eating like that,
Yes,
and
I
it's like
like
a
it.
hot, spicy body.
Mhm.
So a few of the spices that I promote, and so as I lost this 40 pounds, it tasted so good, and I started researching spices, and I found that there are so many health and actually weight loss benefits to adding spices into our meals, and they're so natural, and
Mhm.
it's not artificial. You're not taking supplements. You're not, it's all natural that our ancestors were using thousands of years ago. And so that's why there's really a lot of benefits to adding spices. My favorite spice to start with
Mhm.
is cinnamon. And
Cinnamon.
cinnamon is something so common that, most of us have in our kitchen cabinets already. But what cinnamon does is that it is what I call it the sweet spice. Obviously, it goes against the myths of spices that spices are all spicy, because there's actually only a few spices that are actually spicy.
Mhm.
There's many spices that are neutral, and cinnamon is actually a sweet spice. So, what cinnamon does is it replaces the need for sugar as much, because you're getting that
Mm.
sweetness,
Okay.
but you're getting the effects that sugar has on your body, like I was talking about before, but you're still getting that flavor, a little bit of sweetness. And so, what it does is it lowers your blood sugar, it helps you fulfill your sweet cravings. Um,
Mhm.
and it's a great taste. So the way that I recommend using cinnamon is it's so simple. It doesn't require any cooking. All you do is sprinkle it in your coffee in the morning. You just
Oh,
sprinkle
wow.
in your coffee, and you're already lowering your blood sugar. And you're getting that sweetness. If you need sugar as well, and if you need cream or milk, you can add it, but you will
Mhm.
find you don't need as much of it
Okay.
as you start from the cinnamon. Um,
Now I'm afraid I might just pour the whole cinnamon thing in there if I can't have cream, but that is so amazing to know. Thank you for sharing that. Sweetness is something that I need. Um, so I wanted to transition back a little into the traveling and going out and social pressures and drinking. Is there any tips you have for someone who has a super busy, work lifestyle on the go, what they can order at a restaurant that's going to be their best bet? And then drink wise, we have to talk about cocktails. I love a good cocktail, and the healthier I can make it, the better.
Oh, yes. Okay, so drink wise, what to order? Okay, so just do you mean
Alcoholic.
Oh, alcohol. Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, good. Well, okay, well, that's either one. So, I actually have a framework called my four-part cocktail framework because this is so important as New Yorkers.
Hmm.
Usually, I mean, there are definitely New Yorkers who don't drink, so you can take this advice and just subtract the alcohol,
Mm.
and have a mocktail. But
Hmm.
as New Yorkers, like, there's so much socializing that
Yeah.
the drinks can get ahead of you, and before you know it, you've just had, like 5 drinks that are each like 300 to 500 calories each. I mean, that
Hmm.
can easily happen. So I have a 4-part framework. I'm going to share that with you right now.
Hmm.
And this is all about low sugar cocktails that you don't have to feel guilty about. And so my 4-part cocktail framework is that you start off with a light colored alcohol. So you start off with whether it's gin, vodka, or tequila. And actually, tequila is the healthiest alcohol because it has what's called
No.
Robins in it. I know it's so funny, but I yes, it is very
My
very
husband is not gonna be happy that you said that. But okay.
because you're gonna be having some more, is that why?
Well, because there's the expression tequila makes you crazy, right? And tequila, it's generally, yeah. So anyways, you were saying.
So yes, so having a light colored alcohol is really key, because it has less sugar in it than an alcohol like, for example, rum or a brandy or something like that. So you start
Mhm,
off with a light colored alcohol. Then the second thing is to have club soda with it, club soda or seltzer.
mhm,
You could have diet tonic, but most bars do not have diet tonic. But if you're making this at home, you could purchase diet tonic. But usually, when you're out at a bar, you would ask for, like, for example, tequila plus club soda. Then you ask for a splash of juice, which could be any juice. I'm going to give the
mhm.
example of grapefruit juice because it's a
Okay.
very low sugar juice. But I also like pineapple juice because it is
Mm,
sweeter and it kind of just gives a
mhm.
little punch. And sometimes you just
Okay.
want that. So you have little splash of juice, and then you do like your flavoring, your kind of your flair. So you do
Mhm.
if there's only lime or lemon, you have lime or lemon. But if they have something like mint or jalapenos or
Yum.
cilantro, then you do that,
Mhm,
and then you're making your cocktail fun. And
mhm.
that's what the whole technique that I encourage is all about: eating healthy, eating low sugar, drinking low sugar, but then also making it fun and enjoyable because then you have long-term sustainable changes that you can keep doing. You're not depriving yourself. And that's the other part of the behavioral change piece, which is very key. Um,
Yes,
so
I love that.
so so that's kind of my framework. I want to give you 2 examples. I think this will make it
Mhm.
really easy to order when you're at a bar.
Okay.
So using this framework, I would say, like, this is how I would order. I would say, can I get a Tito's vodka with club soda, a splash of pineapple juice, and a lime. Another drink that you can easily just order anywhere, which is already a cocktail created using this framework, which is already well known, is called a Paloma.
Mhm,
And a Paloma is it's an excellent low sugar drink. Almost all bartenders know what it is, and
mhm,
what it is grapefruit juice, or grapefruit soda if they
mhm,
have it. If they didn't have the soda, then you'd put club soda,
mhm,
and it has tequila, and then it usually comes with like mint or a lime. So it's already combined and it's so amazing. So I usually start with a Paloma, and
mhm.
then I might have another Paloma, or then I might go to the pineapple vodka drink after that.
Okay, awesome. I'm ready for Friday. Thank you for sharing that. So you've given already so many amazing tips. Is there a couple other tips that you would like to give in general for health related and to New Yorkers to staying healthy and fit?
Yeah, yes. Okay, so I talked about the cinnamon in your coffee in the morning.
Mhm,
I think having like what I want to share is having a morning routine that's really that is healthy and indulgent
mhm,
is really key to just having a very successfully healthy day. Like it's the first step. So even if you're not perfect the rest of the day because life happens and it happens to all of us, at least you started with a healthy morning and a healthy breakfast. So you can always look back and say, "Hey, at least I had that." And if you can be consistent with your breakfast 5 days a week during the weekdays, you are going to feel amazing. You're going to get healthier, and it's going to start to feel easier for you to eat a healthy lunch, and then it's going to feel easier for you to eat a healthy dinner. And so it kind of
right,
spirals. This healthiness spirals, and so two quick things I want to share about in the morning to do. I talked about the cinnamon in your coffee. The other thing is to hydrate with what I call like a detox drink in the morning, or
okay,
infused detox drink.
hmm,
And so I love to have water. Like you want to have water. It's just
of
cleansing
course,
your body. I mean, you want to have water throughout the day.
mhm,
But when you start your morning, you could either start with a plain glass of water, or you could infuse it so it's a little more interesting.
mhm,
And what infusing is in your fridge, you just fill up some water. You could, and then you put some kinds of fruit or herbs in it and let it sit overnight, and
mm,
then you can have it for like 4 days.
okay,
And so one example is doing lime and cucumber, and I call this flat belly water
mhm,
because you're having water. Cucumber actually takes the bloating out of your body,
mm,
and because it's like it has so much water in it. When you drink more water, you debloat your body because you're washing out the toxins and you're washing out the sodium that's in your body. So yeah, you could use your filtered water.
mhm,
Cut up like half a cucumber, squeeze a lime, and then if you have some mint, you put the mint in there because mint actually decreases sugar cravings and it
mhm,
decreases overeating.
mm,
So that's why I call it my flat belly water. And it's a great way to start off the day. And like I said, you feel indulgent as you're drinking this.
mhm,
So losing weight and being healthy, if we can indulge ourselves in the process, it's so much more fun, and it's you're just going to stick to it because you're like, why wouldn't I do this? I'm making
mhm,
myself feel so good.
yes,
Um, so those are two things to do in the morning to really set yourself up. And then I recommend having a high protein breakfast. So I don't recommend having bagels. I don't recommend grabbing a yogurt and a banana. That
mhm,
is full of sugar. What I do recommend is quickly making like two eggs with some veggies, onions, things like that, or having some hard boiled eggs that you purchased from the store, so
mhm,
you didn't even have to hard boil them, and having that with some berries or something else that's substantial on the side, like even having like a nice breakfast salad,
mhm,
and just getting yourself going in the morning with that. So really getting your morning routine down. If you can get your morning breakfast together and those drinks that I talked about,
okay,
your whole day, you're just going to walk out the door feeling like you own the world.
mhm.
You're going to feel like, oh my God, I'm on top of the world. I indulged myself and I'm so healthy. World, come and take, I'm ready for you.
100%. Now, in regards to fitness briefly, how much time do you spend doing workouts a week?
Yep. So I do prioritize my fitness.
Mhm,
I like food is number one,
mhm,
in terms of getting healthier. But then we want to work out. It feels good. It is really good for us.
mhm.
So I minimum work out 2 times a week, and really maximum 3 times a week.
Okay.
And so what I do during those workouts, and that I recommend for everyone, and
Mhm.
is to really focus on strength training. So what that means is like doing a boot camp, or doing something where you're lifting weights.
Okay.
Like as we're building more muscle on our body, what happens is that you turn into a fat burning machine because muscles burn more calories than fat does. So if you're going to the gym and doing cardio every day, you're not really like building any muscle on your body. So you're burning fat, but the minute that you're not able to get back to the gym, it's going to come back on.
Right.
And when you do go to the gym and you're lifting weights, you have a trainer or you're going to a boot camp, you are building up your muscle and you're not getting bulky. I want to like destroy that myth. It's very hard to get bulky, especially as a woman.
Mhm.
It's very hard. Like you have to train your body and feed it certain foods
Okay.
to make it bulky. So you're just getting lean and sexy. Like
Mhm.
that's what's happening as you're going to the as you are lifting, because it's like getting all your curves out. Like your curves are
Mhm.
coming.
Would you say you spend about 45 minutes to an hour? What's the duration?
Yes, I do. That's exactly what I do. So what I do is I do 20 minutes of cardio, and then I do 30 minutes of a lifting
Mhm,
workout. And I have a trainer. Personally, I have basically just hacked all the things in my life that I need. Like, I realized I never could get to the gym unless I had a trainer or unless I had accountability.
mm,
And so that's what I do. I invest in getting my food here. I invest in getting to the gym, and the way that I can get there is by because my trainer's meet is waiting there for me, and I
mhm.
I feel bad like not going and meeting him because then I don't want to be that kind of person. So I always get there,
Yeah,
when I have an appointment with them. And when I don't, I literally never get there. Even if I say I'm gonna do it this day, even now, like if I say I'm gonna go tomorrow morning and I don't have an appointment, I personally won't go. Everybody has their own way of doing things, but if you need accountability,
yes.
just know that if you're feeling like you're not motivated to go to the gym, like think about how can I trick myself to go to the gym? Like
Mhm,
what do I need to put in place so I get to the gym so it becomes a system
right.
and it's not my willpower and about me waking up in time and getting out of bed or going after work. How can I guarantee that I'm going to be there?
Mhm.
What are the ways that work for you as a person?
Yes,
So
and as a busy New Yorker, accountability is huge because otherwise you're just gonna continue running this rat race, and, if someone wants to continue you do personal coaching yourself, correct?
yes, yes, I do. I have a personal, an 8 week weight loss jumpstart program where I teach women exactly how to eat. I make it so simple for them because I tell you exactly what to eat. I have meal
Mm,
plans. I have recommendations of what to eat when you go out because I spent years at that 40-pound weight loss
mm.
eating out, and so it is possible to do it. And I actually have a New York guide of exactly what to order at New York
No
restaurants as well.
way, really?
Yeah.
So, restaurants that you go to in New York that
Yes.
people should go I love this. You guys head over right now to
Nagina.
Nagina's website, masalabody.com. Any, final tips that you'd like to share with the audience regarding health and those moving to New York in general?
Well, New York is really an ideal place to live a healthy lifestyle because you have a walkable culture. You're walking to so many places. The more places you can walk, great. There's also so many options for fitness, and there are a lot. I mean, if you know what to ask for when you're going out, you can actually eat out and
Mhm.
and live very healthy.
Okay.
So there's so much availability to it. Now, on my website, masalabody.com, I
Mhm.
do have a free recipe book that I'd love to share with
Awesome.
listeners.
Mhm.
Um, so this recipe book is called Seven Spicy Dinner Recipes to Melt Away Your First 7 pounds.
Okay.
Uh, and it is seven of my most popular recipes from my followers that are pretty simple to make. It includes a smoothie in the morning, which is another great idea for New Yorkers
Mhm.
because it's 1 minute to make and 30 seconds to drink.
Mhm.
Uh, and so I have my mint strawberry green smoothie
Mm.
that's in that recipe book. And so really just getting started with like one thing, like having a healthy breakfast, starting there and then adding things on. That is how you actually change your habits and change your lifestyle versus going on a diet and just losing weight or trying to get healthier and then it coming back on. And
Mhm.
so sometimes it's like focusing, taking it slower and really building those habits. And the way that it starts is by finding one or two recipes that you really like and just consistently eating those and then
Mm.
building from there.
Yes, I like that. I love that. Now, Nagina, tell everyone where they can find you on social media and website wise and continue to get all this amazing knowledge and goodness from you.
Oh, thank you so much. That is so sweet. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Well, my website, masalabody.com. Once you sign up for my free recipe book, then you will also get onto my newsletter list and I'll send you more free recipes and lots of I do free trainings all the time that are
Okay.
really info packed.
Mhm.
I actually just recently did one around vegan weight loss and
Oh,
I have a blog post around a vegan meal plan that's free as well. And then I'm on Instagram at Masala Body, and I'm posting stories every single day, as well as like links to a lot of interviews that I've done, as well as like links to other recipes
Mhm.
and motivational quotes and things like that every single day. So those are two of the best places to find me. I am on Facebook at Masala Body by Nagina Abdullah. That's my Facebook page. So
Mhm.
those are the ways to connect with me.
Mhm. Awesome. Now, lastly, Nagina, is there anything I may have missed that you would like to share with the audience? Just anything at all.
I mean, I think that we covered so much,
Yeah.
but I know that it's very, very possible to get healthy wherever you may be, however you may be feeling. I know that I was in a place where I actually had resigned myself to think this is just how my body is. I just feel uncomfortable in it. I attributed some things to I thought, oh, maybe I'm getting older, but
Mhm.
like none of those things matter once like to you, to whomever is listening, you can feel amazing in your body. You can thrive in your body. You can wear the hottest dresses that you want to wear. You can have so much energy, and you can continue this healthy lifestyle for your life, no matter where you are right now. It's really just about finding those one or two recipes and then really building on it and creating this healthy lifestyle that's very possible to do in New York. And one final tip is I
Mhm.
would recommend it is important to listen to podcasts like this one, which is this the work that you're doing is so amazing, Mariana.
Oh
Uh,
my gosh, thank you.
and to because you're connecting with other people and you're are surrounding yourself with information that's uplifting you and also making it normal to be healthy
Mhm.
instead of like weird, because
Mhm.
it depends on the people that you surround yourself with. Some people feel like it's weird to be healthy, but some people feel like it's weird to just like order all these unhealthy items and just like not even care about your health.
Right.
So who are the people that you're surrounding yourself with? What is normal in your circle? And
Mhm.
really working to put yourself in those circles and to surround yourself with that information intentionally makes it so easy, so much easier to live a healthy lifestyle.
Nagina, you gave me so much goosebumps. I am so inspired by you, and I'm so thankful for the work that you do and for coming on my podcast today. Thank you so, so much for
Oh, thank you for having me. This has been so much fun.
Thanks for tuning in to Gossipnista. Your support means the world. If you've enjoyed what you've heard, please be sure to hit the subscribe button and share this podcast with your friends. Can't wait till next week's episode? Follow along on Instagram at Gossipnista to get my latest New York happenings. But if you live and breathe New York City like I do and want even more, go to our website at gossipnista.com, explore, and subscribe to our newsletter to get insider tips first. Lastly, if you have any questions and or scoop on the city, you can email me at gossipnista@gmail.com. Until next time, you know you love me. XOXO Gossipnista.